Hey Mackenzie, let's check out one of your runs from Ego Alley GS, and you can see your dad filming back here. So this is just, you've already seen this run, but we're taking a look at it from a different angle, which is always good. The first thing I can see is, you're down pretty far from this gate, so we don't know, what happened up there, but, ideally we'd like to be finishing a turn close to the gate, and we'd be heading off on this line. But instead, you're on this low line, which causes a bit of a problem. Normally, if we're on a low line, we don't like to panic. We don't want to throw them sideways. We try to run the low line for a couple of gates and gradually, get ourselves back on the proper line. Continue to let the skis run. But because this is the bottom of a pitch and you're going to go onto a flat, I think it could have been a better idea maybe just to try to regain some elevation in the rise line, hook up a tad in hopes of using the last bit of the pitch here for some speed onto the flat, because you could see, you're heading right at that gate, and that's going to cause some problems. There's really nowhere to turn above it. So, two things. Well, number one, I think we talked potentially, and the other one, diverging. We got to roll them both up, including the inside ski, and then have most of our weight on the outside. So diverging here, clearly got weight on the inside. We're just going to sneak by the gate and then do all of our turn, down below, and that just unfortunately, kind of killed your speed coming onto the flat. So, consider that some line adjustment potentially in the future. I think we talked in the other video, feet is way too close together at the top of the turn. Hard to get good edge angles at the top of the turn, hard to get early pressure. Otherwise, it turned out to be a pretty good turn. Once you rolled them up and stood on them, you can see those skis just hook up, come right around. Nice high edge angles, nice, short inside leg, longer outside leg, parallel shafts, matching angles, really of the skis, fairly, fairly level. That was a good looking turn. Well done. We saw this, we talked, we'll just talk about it again. That's right there is the problem. Diverging them into, that kind of a scissor, you're cheating with the inside. Inside is flat, allowing you to kind of twist it around. If you rolled them both up, inside foot and a little toe down, outside foot, big toe down, think. And you got to establish those high edge angles and a platform to push against before you push, before you turn. So that should be your first move. Otherwise, line was decent here. I think you're starting the turn a hair too early considering the rise line was here. But because you didn't do it, you kind of just drifting on the skis. And now we're really turning. So you could probably ride this a little bit longer on a flatter ski, faster ski, get into here, and then do it. But you could see it right now. The feet are pretty close together. But once you get them wider and it arcs around like before, that's a nice looking turn. Same here. You probably could have held off just a hair, but not bad. You're bringing it back to the gate. That's what we want to see. We want to see when you go intersect the rise line, particularly if the turns are offset, we need those skis to be pointed out in that direction, allowing us to arc around back, giving the feet room for a strong angulated position. That was a good job. This one up here, yeah, you might have given this one, potentially a little bit too much respect. I don't think you had to set up. this much. I mean, this is probably just a little bit too much. You know, way too round and wide on that one. But overall, decent line. Try to remember, more importantly, make sure that we are going to have our feet a little wider at the top of the turn, roll them both up, high edge angles before turning, get a platform to push against, maintain outside ski pressure and domination, and wait for the rise line. But otherwise, there were some pretty good turns there. Good job.